It's a sad day, my friends. Today I have both bad news and even worse news for you. But don't worry, I also have some good news for you. It's not all doom and gloom. Let's start with the bad news. It's an emergency for the entire B2B cold emailing world. The email gods, Google and Microsoft, have effectively declared war against cold emailing. They're suspending email accounts and workspaces mercilessly. Take a look at this. It's from a friend of mine who was sending only 15 emails per day from his inbox. Suspended just like that. Insanity, right? Now, for those of you sending hundreds or even thousands of emails per day, you better prepare yourself because you're in real trouble if you don't adapt as soon as possible. And may God have mercy on you if you choose to ignore this video. Because it's not just one person. A few days ago, I saw a post from a guy on LinkedIn. He mentioned that Google suspended over 20 of his email accounts just in a single week. And in a WhatsApp group that I'm in, growth hackers, agency owners, and all the like were reporting hundreds of thousands of email connection issues across all of their inboxes. Most of them running instantly and other unlimited email inbox softwares, all Uptycs competitors. And this isn't the end of the chaos. It's just the beginning because Microsoft and Google won't stop until they cut the head of the snake off, spammers. And they don't care about your feelings or your ability to pay the rent, go on vacations, make a living, or even feed your family. They only care about their users, their sales, and their profit. But don't worry, because in today's video, I'm gonna tell you all the mistakes that you should avoid at any cost so that you don't get your accounts suspended or banned. And so you can keep that gravy train rolling. Look, my friend, cold emailing is easy. That's why a lot of people are doing it. But you have to be cautious and stay ahead of the game. And if you follow what I share with you, then there is no way that you're gonna mess this up. But before I tell you the solutions and the good news, you have to know why Google and Microsoft are doing this and how to prepare for the big storm. There are only 5 reasons behind it. Number 1, the cheapening of B2B email data. It used to cost a lot of money to get email addresses, but now it's way cheaper, so everyone is entering the cold email market, making it even more competitive and flooding people's inbox. Number 2, unlimited email inboxes. The rise of unlimited inboxes from cold email software will be the death of this strategy. It's gluttonous and the email gods don't like it. Number 3, the rise of cold email software. Yes, even systems like Uptycs have contributed to the current predicament that we found ourselves in. But we've taken a more cautious approach, and it's cost me a lot of money, probably millions, but I've seen this day coming for a long time. Number 4, the rise of AI. It used to take a lot of time to write good cold emails, but now it's become way easier with the rise of tools like ChatGPT and others. And number 5, the greed of people and illiteracy. People just want to get the end result, i.e., more sales. But when it comes to following best practices and staying updated with them, they suck. No offense. They don't want to spend the extra time learning about the changes and continually adapting. But you're different. That's why you're watching this right now. Now, instead of all the doom and gloom, let's get into actionable solutions you can implement today so that you're safe from all of these troubles. I'm going to break this down to you in 2 parts. Number 1, better cold email strategies that you can implement immediately. And number 2, newer strategies that you can begin to implement over time. First, the cold email strategies, starting with volume. You need to reduce your cold email volume across the board. Volume kills all things with email. So start focusing on quality over quantity by building more high quality lead lists. Even if that means you need to pay a VA to go through each lead. This is going to reduce your spam complaints and make your messaging more relevant with your prospects. The email gods favor email engagement, so the more people who open, click, reply, etc., the better they'll like it and the less likely they're gonna push you into the spam folder. Number 2, start obsessing over your copywriting strategy. You should be optimizing for conversions instead of the blind sending using copy and paste templates. The best way to do this is to use relevant, persona-based email frameworks like my cold to gold email method, and to always A/B test your copy. And if you're smart and using Uptycs, then we have this fancy feature called A/B testing automation that will use AI and statistical analysis to favor your variations that produce the best results. The hardest part about A/B testing is finding a statistical difference between your A/B variations. Here's the best way to find that statistical difference between A/B tests. Number one, your angles. When writing an A/B test, use different copywriting frameworks or emotional triggers. Here's an example. Problem, agitate, solution framework versus attention, interest, desire, and action framework. In other words, use a problem versus a benefit emotional trigger. But I realize with A/B testing, this strategy and doing two different frameworks usually takes much more energy to write two variations all the time. So here's another way, and it's super simple. Length. Write your first cold email draft. It's likely going to be way longer than it should be. And sometimes this is intentional, which is fine. But regardless, once you're done writing your cold email, cut it down by 50%. Yes, 50%. And there you go. Now use that as your B test. More often than not, the shorter email wins, particularly with cold email, but of course not all the time. If you're trying to indoctrinate prospects to a degree, you might want a longer email to set up another one coming later. Once you have this figured out, implement weekly or monthly data checks and spin up new copywriting variations to consistently evolve and write higher converting copy. Your A/B automation will take a lot of the grunt work out of managing A/B tests, but you'll still need to write new copy unless you're using UpChat and our Cold to Gold writing assistant. Next up, with my third actionable tip, is Spintax. I'm not 100% sure if I'm the inventor of Spintax, but I'm definitely the pioneer in the cold email space. Uptycs has been copied by a few other popular cold email softwares out there, so listen up. But if you're wondering what Spintax is, okay, look, the easiest way to get your email accounts suspended from Google or Microsoft is to send the same email template to everyone. And that's why you need to use Spintax in your first email at least, no matter what. Spintax is a way to rotate every single word, sentence, or paragraph in your email with a similar one automatically. And when you use it in every email, it creates thousands and thousands of different email variations for you without doing anything. That way, every single prospect in your email list receives a unique email. And Google or Microsoft sees that you're not just a spammer, as you're not sending the same email template over and over to everyone. If your outbound tool doesn't have this feature, then of course, you should try Uptycs. We have AI Spintax, which will help you write all of these variations automatically. Up next, with the fourth actionable strategy, is multi-inbox sending. I know, I kind of ripped on the unlimited inbox strategy, but when used conservatively and in conjunction with these other strategies, it's still good to spread your sending traffic across multiple inboxes. Just know that Google, Gmail, and Microsoft are trying to prevent this. But if you're sending cold emails from only one or two inboxes, then you're destined to fail in this current trying time. You see, the cold emailing game has changed. It used to be you could send 400 emails per inbox, but now you can only send 25 to 50 emails per inbox to stay safe and stay under the radar. And for that reason, you'll need more domains and inboxes to send more volume. And there's more than meets the eye with that. You'll need a lot of other things to set up the domains and inboxes. And if you're struggling with this aspect, then let us know. We provide this as a service. Just reach out. Or check out one of my recent newsletters, The Secret of Emailing, the forbidden sales secret that they prayed you'd never discover. Read it, the link is in the comments. It will tell you how many inboxes you should have for a domain, what techie stuff you should use, and all the other stuff. Now moving on to number 5, email validation and bounces. This one is the most neglected one in the sales industry. And it's a top trigger that marks you as a spammer. You see, when you send emails without verifying or re-verifying, here's what happens. A lot of emails bounce and it sends a trigger to Google and Microsoft. And if you don't believe me, then here's a real life story. Last month, a client of ours didn't turn on email validation inside of Uptycs. And because of that reason, 10 of their domains were blocked. And they're dealing with a bunch of blacklist problems, which you don't want. So if you don't want little things like this to create a huge problem for you, then you need to verify your email list before you send even a single email. And if you don't want to spend extra money on it, then you guessed it, Uptycs allows you to verify all of your emails automatically, and it keeps you safe from email bounces for free with any of our plans. Now that was a few cold email strategies to fight this dire cold email situation that we've found ourselves in. Now let me get you thinking about some newer strategies that you can begin to implement. Number one, lead nurturing. I know it's a dirty word in cold email, but cold email is just the beginning. It's awareness stage marketing, and I often see people obsessing over getting more leads, but what you should really be doing is thinking about how you can nurture all of your cold leads in perpetuity, not just a single cold email sequence. The problem is that your traditional cold email tools don't help you with this. And again, Uptycs is here to rescue you in that department. Number two, multi-channel. Instead of just cold emailing, start thinking about adding cold calling, social outreach to your arsenal if you haven't yet. Again, go deeper with fewer prospects. More channels, the better. Just don't be that annoying pest. Make sure you space things out. Number three, ads and funnels. Instead of just betting on the outbound engine, you may want to consider adding a small paid ads strategy. And I just released a video on a simple strategy for LinkedIn ads, which is working great. Check that video out after this one. When people willingly give you their information to contact them, it really changes the game. All right, that's all the time I have for you in today's video, and there's more than enough work for you to get started preparing for the challenges ahead. At this point, you might be thinking, hey Patrick, this is great that you shared all these little secrets with me, but you pitched Uptycs a lot in this video. Look, my friends, there's only one reason why I did it, and it's because I know my software can do it. That's why. So if you got a ton of value from the video today, I'd love if you'd check out Uptycs, and don't forget to like and comment on this video below, and consider subscribing to the channel. Until next time, there's nothing more sales can't cure, so go get it.